All right, guys, welcome to the video for Thursday, June 9th, 2022. And if you want to save yourself some time, please feel free to check out my quick pick recap at the end of the video. It basically has all of my picks for this video in about 30 seconds, and I'll include a timestamp in the comment section below. All you have to do is click it, and it'll take you right to the recap. But if you want to stick around with me and enjoy the video, of course, as you may already know, my name is Brock Page, and I do sports picks for free right here on YouTube. I also sell my personal sports bets on patreon.com/BrockPage, and your donations on that site are the only reason that I'm able to do what I do here on YouTube day in and day out. Now, you may be wondering what the difference is between what I do here on YouTube and what I do on my website. Well, what I do here on YouTube is I'll handicap the entire slate of games in any given sport, side and total. And what I do on BrockPage.com is I actually share with you which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally. Now, I currently have over 670 members who are signed up and active on that website right now. And if you want to see my current sports betting record, you can do that for free right now by going to the homepage. Now, real quick here, guys, just a reminder, if you do sign up for a membership here today on my Safe and Secure website, you're going to get access to that membership every single day all the way through the end of June. And if you're worried about me seeing your credit card information, well, I can't. I can't see your credit card info. I utilize the Patreon platform, and that's a massive safe and secure crowdfunding website who handles all of your private and personal information. The only thing I can see is your name and email address. And with that, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some free content. We're going to take a look at the D-backs taking on the Reds. And that's going to be a 12:35 Eastern first pitch. Cincinnati's minus 135, totals 10. Tyler Mahle for Cincinnati. Zach Davies for Arizona. Now, Davies comes into today's ball game with a losing record. He's also got himself an ERA above 4.15. And even if Davies does have a good outing here today, this Arizona lineup has had a tough time at the plate while traveling. They're amongst the worst teams in the National League in strikeouts at the plate on the road. They're taking on a Cincinnati team who actually does a nice job of scoring at home. Brandon Drury's leading the club in home runs with 11 of them. Meanwhile, Kyle Farmer's the club leader in runs batted in. Now, pitching-wise, Tyler Mahle also has 64 strikeouts in just over 59 innings of work, so he's averaging a little bit over a strikeout an inning. When it comes to the total in this one, Cincinnati's 18-10 to the over at the Great American Ballpark. Meanwhile, Arizona's 16-12 to the over when they bat first. I'm going to lean towards Cincinnati, minus 135, and the over 10. Next ball game, it is going to be Cardinals-Rays, 1:10 p.m. East. Tampa Bay's minus 185, total 7. Shane McClanahan for Tampa Bay, Miles Mikolas for St. Louis. Now, Mikolas has been pretty solid thus far in the year. He's 4-3 with a 3.02 ERA and a 1.14 WHIP. The Cards have also done a real nice job getting on base this year. They're in the top 5 in team batting average, top 5 in runs scored. Paul Goldschmidt is also leading the team in batting average, home runs, and RBI. He's actually hitting .341 with an OPS of 1.023. Goldie's actually in the top 5 in the bigs right now in batting average, RBI, and OPS. Meanwhile, Nolan Arenado's in the top 10 in the bigs and RBI himself. He's driven in 39 thus far in the season. Now, they're taking on a Rays team on the other side of things who's having a tough time in the batter's box themselves. Tampa Bay's in the bottom 10 in team batting average, and they're also amongst the lower scoring teams in the American League. Now, total-wise, oddly enough, 6 out of these teams' last 10 meetings did get over the number. So if you're into historical trends, you certainly want to think about that one there. Meanwhile, the Cards went 4-3 to the over in their last 7 while traveling. I'm going to lean towards St. Louis plus $1.60 in the over 7. Next matchup, Phillies, Brewers, 2:10 p.m. East. Milwaukee's minus 175, total 7.5. Corbin Burns for Milwaukee, Zach Eflin for the Titans. And even though Eflin's record really doesn't indicate greatness, the righty's shown a lot of resilience on the bump this year. He's got a 3.88 ERA along with a 1.14 whip. The Phils are also on a 6-game winning streak, and they amassed 45 total runs during that span. Bryce Harper's currently leading the organization in batting average, home runs, and RBI. Harper's hitting .306 at the dish. And he ranks in the top 10 in the majors in homers, RBI, and OPS. And speaking of home runs, Kyle Schwarber's tied with Bryce for the team lead in home runs. Both players have hit 14 bombs on the year. Now they're taking on Corbin Burns, who does strike a whole lot of batters out, but he has just a 3-3 record to show for it. Meanwhile, as a team, the Brewers are on a 5-game losing streak, and they also dropped 7 out of their last 8. Now, hitting-wise, the Brewers have one of the lowest team batting averages in the National League right now. When it comes to the total in this one, 4 out of Milwaukee's last 6 home games got over the number. Meanwhile, Philadelphia's gone 80% to the over in their last 10 themselves. I'm going to lean toward Philadelphia plus 1.5 and the over 7.5 runs. Next matchup, it is going to be Dodgers, White Sox, 2:10 p.m. East. The Dodgers are minus $1.25, totals 8.5. Tyler Anderson for Los Angeles, Dylan Cease for Chicago. Despite some really good stuff out of Cease, he has had some control issues. The righty's walked 30 batters already, and his whip has crept up, just shy of 1.30. Now, the White Sox also have a losing record at Guaranteed Rate Field, and they've done a poor job putting runners across the plate. The Chicago lineup is averaging only 3.6 runs a game this year, and they're also in the bottom 3 in OPS. They're taking on Tyler Anderson here today, who's been nearly perfect this year. He's 7-0 thus far in the season with a 2.59 ERA and a .95 whip. He's also backed by the highest scoring team in the majors. Trey Turner leads the organization in batting average and RBI. The Slugger's hitting .303 and ranks in the top 5 in the bigs in runs batted in. Meanwhile, Mookie Betts, he's in the top 10 in both home runs and OPS himself. Mookie's got himself a team-leading 16 home runs thus far in the year. And when it comes to the total in this one, the Dodgers' last 3 straight on the road all fell under the number. Matter of fact, the Dodgers are officially 20-9 to the under for the entire season. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Chicago's 16-10 to the under in their own stadium. I'm going to lean toward the LA Dodgers minus $1.25 and the under 8.5. Next ball game, it is going to be Rockies Giants, 3:45 East. San Francisco's the $2.75 favorite, totals 8 runs. Logan Webb for San Francisco, Austin Gomer for Colorado. Now, Gomer's had a dreadful season thus far. He's just 2-6 with a 6.54 ERA and a 1.47 whip. Meanwhile, offensively, the Rockies are nearly the worst road scoring team in the game. They're taking on a San Francisco lineup who loves to pound the baseball. They're actually in the top 10 in home runs, top 3 in scoring. Now, Jock Peterson's leading the club in home runs with 13 of them. Wilmer Flores also leads the club with 33 RBI. When it comes to the pitching in this one, Logan Webb's been solid once again. He's 5-1 on the season with a 3.82 ERA and a 1.17 whip. Now, when it comes to the total, the Giants are 17-9 to the over at Oracle Park. Meanwhile, the Rockies went 60% to the over in their last 10 outings themselves. I'm going to lean towards San Francisco minus 1.5 and the over 8 runs. And for that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Powered to you by my website at patreon.com/BrockPage, where we are still 2-0 in our last 2 extra daily bets on that website. I like Cincinnati minus 135 over 10 runs against Arizona. Give me the Cardinals plus $1.60 over 7 against the Rays. I like Philadelphia plus 1.5 over 7.5 against Milwaukee. I also like the Dodgers minus $1.25 under 8.5 against the White Sox. Give me San Francisco minus 1.5 over 8 runs against Colorado. I also like the Marlins minus 135 under 8 runs against the Nationals. Give me Oakland plus 1.5 under 9 runs against Cleveland. Give me Pittsburgh plus 1.5 over 8.5 against Atlanta. I like the Yankees minus 1.5 under 8 runs against the Twins. Give me Baltimore minus $1.10 under 9.5 against Kansas City. And before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that today's extra daily bet on my website is just $2.99. And if you sign up for that play here today, you're going to get access to that membership every single day all the way through the end of June. I'm going to lean toward Boston plus $1.10 and the over 8 runs. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage. Now, if you guys do end up getting a membership here today on my website, once again, guys, you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on my safe and secure website, you're going to get access to that membership every single day all the way through the end of June. I always tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. And guys, if you want to get access to every single bet that I offer on my website, you may want to think about signing up for my board member package. Not only do board members get access to the board member tier package bet itself, you also get access to every single bet, every single package, every single day, all the way through the end of June as well. It's an all-inclusive membership. But most importantly, guys, gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great information. And with that said, guys, happy Thursday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.